This video is brought to you by Yamaha Electronics and their Avantage line of AV receivers, a dramatic, inspired leap forward in audio-video component design.
Hi, I'm Clint DeBoer with Audioholics. This is the Marantz CD6005 Hi-Fi compact disc player. It's a $499 CD player that boasts high-quality components dedicated to getting the best possible sound out of your CD collection. And that means that Marantz took care to design this player in such a way as to include the features that really matter to audiophiles. When you're playing back your CD collection, these kind of features are what you're going to want. Features like a mechanism that's fastened to the chassis so that it minimizes vibrations. Even the circuit board that houses the digital audio aspects of the player is isolated and shielded so that it's not going to get interference from other areas or components within the player. The CD6005 will play music CDs, CDR, CD rewritable. It'll even do WAV files, AAC, WMA, and MP3 files. The front-mounted USB port is new, and it'll work with USB thumb drives or even allow you to stream music directly from your smartphone or iOS device. I went right from my iPhone, I plugged it in and was streaming music from one of my Spotify playlists in no time. Anything that'll play on the iPhone or the iPad can be streamed through the USB port of the CD6005, plus it'll charge your phone as well, and it'll do it at the same time. So it picks up right where you left off. Also, when you plug your player in, it's just going to start right away from wherever you were, whether it's Spotify or whether it was iTunes or anything. Continuing in the audiophile features, the CD6005 includes a high-quality headphone amplifier that has discrete circuitry. Marantz describes this as being able to outperform many other outboard headphone amps. All I can say is I plugged in my reference Denon headphones, and they sounded pretty awesome. I want to get to the listening test really quickly, but it's worth mentioning that the CD6005, well, it has a pretty cool two-line fluorescent display, and it gives you artist and track titles from properly encoded CDs, or even the CD layer of an SACD. So it has 3 dimmable settings as well, and you can keep it from kind of taking over in a dark room. It also includes a pretty decent remote, and the remote's identical to the one that comes with the PM6005, and so it actually controls functions for both devices. Okay, listening tests. With listening to a CD player, what I'm really interested in is whether or not it delivers a faithful reproduction of the music that I put in the player. Now, I've been listening to a lot of one-man folk music lately, so to get some completely different music into the mix, I brought in an oldie but goodie, KJ. The first track on that CD, Free Fallin', had some really driving synth bass as well as a persistent synth track that just sat right behind Naomi Nasambi's vocals. The bass, as I remember it, really drives this track, almost too much in my opinion, but it is meant to be a club-type song after all, and at that, it succeeds. Track 10, Nothing's Changin', has a much smoother sound that was well balanced, and it allowed the 05 to demonstrate that it wasn't truncating any of the information present on the disc. Everything came through, from Valentine's beautiful and breathy voice to the artificial noise floor underneath the entire mix. It was kind of a distorted thing that just sat there. I just love this track, and while it doesn't have a really wide soundstage, I really thought the dynamic mix and the clarity of the female vocals was excellent. One of the widest soundstage mixes I know is contained on REM's Out of Time CD. Radio Song. It opens with this almost hyper-wide guitar riff with the main instrument in the left and the doubling effect in keys on the right. The verse then kind of brings it center, it almost folds it down, only to have it explode back wide again on the chorus. Michael Stipe's distinctive vocals really sounded clear in this mix, and the upper mid-range detail of his voice just sounded genuine. Mandolin guitar on Losing My Religion kept my enjoyment of this wide mix alive, and the soundstage on this track is so particular and detailed and defined that it's great to hear the 05 maintain all that clarity and detail without losing anything in the transmission. I'd have to say that my CD collection really took on new life with this setup. The 05 and the PM6005 integrated amp, I mean, these components work hand in hand to deliver music to my ears in a way that was pure and honest. I just really think it's a great system. I did encounter the random oddity with this player. For one, it wouldn't play back a promotional CD I received of Paul McCartney's Band on the Run or the Beatles' Love CD. These play fine in other CD players, but for some reason the CD6005 would have none of it and just kept spinning these discs with the word reading on the display. If you have a lot of extended run CDs, you could run into the same issues, so be sure to demo it, just see if this is limited to my review sample or or it'll affect others as well. Another time the CD6005 wouldn't close the tray. When I pressed play on the remote, touching the tray got it to retract, and it functioned properly after that. It's just something I wanted to note. Our question for this video is, what formats are you listening to? Are you into SACD or DVD audio? Are you doing Blu-ray, concert discs, or are you just streaming media and saying forget all the hard copy stuff? Let us know by posting a comment on this video or letting us know on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Audioholics. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel so we can keep bringing you great video reviews. That's youtube.com/AudioholicsLive.